Yeah.
All right, everybody. So this is video 3 of Bar In with my co-host or Heriberto Garcia, and we got the goalies today. So just introduce yourself, gentlemen.
My name's Jack Stewart. I play goalie for De La Salle Institute.
My name is Ulises Diaz. I play goalie for Solera Academy.
My name is Uriel, and I play for Curie, and I play as goalie.
And what club do all you play for?
Chicago Park District.
Excellent.
Ride or die, baby.
Excellent. So how are you guys holding up with the whole quarantine? Jack, go first.
I've been trying to stay active. I emailed the USA Water Polo coach, and he gave me a couple tips of exercises like squats or hand-eye coordination drills. I've been doing a couple of those around, and I have a push-up drill I've been trying to do every day. Trying to get my mind
Explain
off.
to everybody, Jack, that push-up drill. What was it again? Explain it to everybody.
My push-up drill is 12. It's 3 sets of 12. Once with taps, shoulder taps. One with elevated legs. So like on like a chair or something. And then wide push-ups and military push-ups. It's a total of 144 a day.
Wow. What about you, Ulises? How you been staying active, staying busy?
Well, I said it last time, and everyone kind of laughed. So there's a show, right? It's called One Punch Man, and he's like, yeah, and he's like super strong, and he's like, here's how I got strong, and he does, what was it? I literally forgot. It was like 5 miles a day or like something like that, and then he does 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
5 miles a day.
Honestly, I haven't been doing much. I've honestly just been eating.
Okay.
Honestly, just trying to gain, cause I'm like way too skinny. So I'm trying to gain at least something.
I guarantee you, after this quarantine is over, you're gonna gain like 2 pounds. It's just your metabolism, man. You're naturally thin. So take advantage of that, because once you get older, you're gonna be like, holy crap, what happened?
Yeah, Uriel, when you're our age, you stop eating, or you start complaining about how much weight you're gaining instead of being happy about how much weight you gain.
Yeah, for real. So I want to talk about goalie mindset, and I want to hear from everybody. Like, what is your preparation leading up to a practice, leading up to a game? What's your like turn up song or songs that you like to listen to? What drills do you do? What warm ups do you do before a game, before practice, to get you in that mindset?
I can begin. So practice is an easy one. The swim set really helps because you get from school, you get to the swim set, and that kind of gets your mind off things and back into practice mode, because then I can focus on drills I want to do or leg sets I want to do. For games, I like to stretch out my legs a bit before, get my legs ready by doing it's a drill where you switch between freestyle kick, breaststroke kick, and treading. Treading, and that helps you get like the motions of switching between the three during games, like go out for balls or going up. And then just watching the other team, seeing shots go on goal for me, getting my head into the game. That's kind of like my preparation before.
What about your turn up song?
Centuries by The Score. Talks about how people don't really respect us and how we're going to prove people wrong and be remembered for centuries.
All right. Diaz, your turn.
Well, mine, like my favorite drills to do during practice, usually it's like a water jug, and I fill it up as much as I can, as much as I think I can do, and then I hold it on top of my head, and then I have to stay out the water until all the water gets out. There was another goalie who taught me that. His name was Marcos. He went to CPD too, and he went to Curie too. And then something I always do before games is chew gum, because I just like chewing gum a lot. And like when I chew gum before a game, like I don't know, it just kind of relaxes me. And then My turn-up song.
You look like
I
an
don't know.
Adele type of guy or something like that, Ulises.
No, I don't listen to any of that. I listen to like Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
This guy, that's just as bad.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Ulises, you know what we call that jug at De La Salle?
What?
We
The
call it the
Angelo.
Angelo.
Why?
That's all Angel would do.
Get that jug. That's it. How far can you get it, by the way, Ulises?
I did like more than 3/4 of it, but I can't do the full thing.
In my heyday, I used to be able to do 2 jugs with about close to half on both sides and hold them right here. But that's nothing. I used to have a coach that used to be able to do both jugs completely full, just like this, and stay above water. He was a monster. Yeah.
Damn.
What do you got, Ulises? I mean, Uriel.
So before I even get in the water or anything, I don't know if it's just me, but I just try to hype myself up. I just listen to hype music, anything that'll get me in the zone before I even get in the water. And that'll get all my energy pumping, get me all ready and everything. And once I get in the water, I do some sprints, be treading for a bit and be touching the crossbar for a minute or two, and just be passing. And one of the songs I listen to is I listen to, what was it called? I don't remember the song.
That's
But
all right.
yeah, I don't remember it, but one of those songs really hypes me up and gets me in the zone pretty much.
Let me ask you guys this. Starting with Jack. Jack, what's more important once a goalie has the basics down, right? What's more important in the pregame warm-up, the physical warm-up or the mental warm-up?
Mental. I'd say mental, because my worst games is when I mentally wasn't ready. Even
What do
games
you
where I've
think?
had physically,
Go ahead.
I've had bad games or bad. If it's a tournament, I had a bad game before. If I get mentally ready, I can block that game out and come back strong. But if I'm not ready mentally, I'm scared. I'm second guessing myself, and even if I am to my tip-top physical shape, I'm reacting too late, or reacting too slow, or making decisions I shouldn't make.
What do you
I think
think,
most
Ulises?
goalie.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
I think most goalkeeping is probably once you get the basics of treading and lunging to the corners, a lot of it's more mental and outsmarting a shooter.
Ulises, what do you got?
I think mine is the mental part of the game, because like even if like you're not at the best condition, obviously, like putting that placebo on yourself of like you can do this, like you're not in tip top shape, but you can still do good, is it kind of gives you a boost of confidence. And like to me, like I feel like that's my biggest problem, like being like mentally prepared for a game, because like sometimes like I'll start doubting myself, and then that's when like goals will start going in or something. But like I feel like the mental part is the most important.
Uriel?
Well, same. It's all mental. Just thinking about, if this situation is gonna happen, how am I gonna react? How am I gonna block the ball? How am I gonna steal the ball? How am I pretty much just thinking of situations that'll happen and just being ready for that to happen in the actual game.
I like that. So my next question for you all is, how do you come back from a bad game? Everyone has it. Everyone has a bad game where you should have blocked that skip shot or that backhand, and you don't feel it that game. How do you bounce back mentally, physically? What do you do? What's your process?
I like to take one quarter at a time. So even if I'm in the middle of a game, I have a bad quarter, it's like that's behind me. Let's focus now and then. So that helps me with I isolate games by quarters. I might have one good one and three, or I might have one bad one and three good ones, but I'll still have to think about where I could have gone better in that bad one, and where the highlights of a good one has been. I don't like the problem with saying you're having a bad game in the middle of a game is that then you're defining the rest of it. So protect you there. After a game, if I know I could have done a lot better, my favorite way is to probably just see shots come at me in the next warm up or in the next practice, just because it's either because I had a bad warm up, or I just couldn't get my hand on the ball. It's nice to feel the ball. It's nice to see my hand-eye coordination work, and then that builds my confidence back up.
Wait, what was the question? Oh yeah. I feel like for me, after a game, I always chew gum. So like, even if it's a bad or a good game.
They don't live in the hood. Sorry.
Sorry guys.
Even if it's like a bad or good game, I always chew gum because that kind of like helps me just think about like what I did wrong or something. And then usually like after a bad game, I'll be so hungry because I'm like I had something bad, now I kind of want to have something good, so I focus on eating.
What about you, Uriel?
If I have a bad game or anything, I pretty much embrace it and just think about what I did wrong and what I could have done better from that game, and just learn my mistakes and just know to not do it again, or to just don't hesitate don't get scared or anything, and just use it in the field and just do your best, pretty much.
Good.
Brian, to play off of your question, goalies, what is the most difficult shot for you personally to block? What do you got, Jack?
Backhands. I don't like
Why?
backhands because I feel like when the player throws it, if it's a good shooter, it's not the worst thing because I know that they're going to aim for the side. But if it's like an average shooter, the person has a lot of experience, that ball can easily just come from my head, and that's the hardest shot because my hands are wide and my face is wide open. So the hardest, I got to hit the hardest, but I got to hit backhands. So I just don't like seeing them coming.
I think the hardest shot for me is like the half court, because like it's not that it's hard to block, it's just that I think about it and there's like no way to win. There's no way to win because if you block it, they're like, oh, it was a half court. But if it goes in, they're like, it's a half court. So like, how did you let that go in? So like, whenever they shoot it, like from half or more, I get so scared because I'm like, what is Beto gonna say if this goes in?
No, he's so right though. During games, when it's a full court as well, you just see that ball coming.
What about you, Uriel? What do you got?
Backhands, pretty much, because you don't know where it could possibly be going, and you can't determine where it could go, even if it's a good shooter, an average shooter, because it could possibly go anywhere, and it could skip, it could bounce off the side posts, and it could just go in. So you can't really determine where it will be going.
Ulises, you're not lying. I know for a fact that I've lost it a couple of times on you and on Jack.